Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Con TDK, Mr. So Real, and welcome to this week's Good or Garbage. We're going to be taking a look at the new blueprints, the new weapons, the new everything that the vendors have on sale this week. And if you notice something a little different, I'm not really using my AR that I usually use in these videos, and my stats are a little bit different. And I am using one of the recommended weapons that I have for this week, just as something fun to switch it up, and I kind of hope that you guys take a look at it and have some fun as well. Let's get started on this week's Good or Garbage. Starting off with the special blueprint vendor, we have the M870 shotgun blueprint, the classic AK-47 blueprint, the electronics backpack blueprint, the electronics vest blueprint. We have a holographic sight which gives you optimal range. We have a quick release magazine for more reload speed. We have the firearms gear mod and the stamina gear mod. If any of these are something that you're looking for, then you can go ahead and buy these with Phoenix credits at the special blueprint vendor and then craft them at your leisure. So let's see what other things are going on inside of the base of operations. Now moving on to the special equipment vendor, this week we have the Historian with a pathetic 151 headshot damage. It comes with brutal, it comes with deadly, which is not too bad. The only problem is I'm not a huge fan of 151 headshot damage. Last week we were spoiled by that amazing M700 carbine or carbon, but you know, this week it is what it is. We have the Centurion pistol with capable. We have the Cassidy shotgun with a nice bit of base damage. It also comes with self-preserved, fierce, and boomstick. The Pacan, I've seen more damage on this, but it's at 20.6, 13% damage to targets out of cover, which is a little bit of an increase. It comes with skilled and prepared, not a fan of those. The Liberator, the base damage could be a lot better. It's only at 21.5. We're probably about 1,000 away, maybe more. We have Vicious, Fierce, and Dominant. Not a huge fan of these perks as well. Now the rest of the weapons that we have, some of them, it just kind of depends on what you like. The PP19 with responsive and unforgiving, if you can get unforgiving to proc, is not too bad. The base damage for a PP19 is kind of but with that huge magazine, it's not too bad. Critical hit chance to 21 is okay, it's reasonable. The classic AK, good amount of base damage. It also comes with brutal. Dominant, not my favorite, but Vicious is not too bad. Now the tactical Super 90 with a huge amount of stagger at 349.5, not too bad. Comes with swift, predatory, and trained. The hunting M44, again, headshot damage is a bit lacking, and the hunting M44 is not really the best, to be honest. The military MK46 comes with okay base damage. It also comes with deadly, skilled, and brutal. Not a bad roll. If you can get skilled to proc, this is not pretty decent, and 14% damage to targets out of cover is not bad as well. Now moving on, when we talk about the things that are being sold, one of my favorites this week is this tactical vest. It comes with 1265 firearms. It comes with reckless. It has 8% skill haste, which is pretty good. It also comes with enemy armor damage and increased kill XP. You may want to switch out enemy armor damage for some health, but that is on you. Or you may want to rock it if you're so bold enough to do it, or want to go really glass cannon. Some of the rest of this stuff, I'm not seeing a huge must buy, but this Deadeye chest piece, if you are rocking the Deadeye, has a nice respectable 16,000 health, or over 16,000, 16,555, 8% skill haste, which is really good. The health roll on it at 1162 is not the best, but the rest of the major stats are pretty good. If you're looking for Deadeye, this is a pretty good pickup to go for. Now remember, all of these things are going to cost you Phoenix credits, so if you're not rolling in Phoenix credits, you will have to work a little bit to get some, but they're not really that hard. You can do HVTs and all of that other stuff and pick those up pretty quickly, but yeah, they are rather expensive, and if you don't have them, then you kind of ass out. Hopefully some of the other vendors for this week will have some good stuff for sale for regular credits, because I know everyone is swimming in regular credits, but a lot of this stuff I'm not really too sold over. There's nothing making me want to jump out of my seat to go and grab. but I did want to show you guys all of this stuff so that you knew what was being sold and you didn't have to turn the game on to figure out if you wanted to get down. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this vendor. We're gonna go upstairs and see if there's anything worth talking about for the rest of the vendors this week. Let's go. Now upstairs in the advanced weaponry vendor, we have an M1911 pistol with harmful. I know a lot of people in PvP used to like to rock the harmful pistol just to make sure you could apply bleed, and the base damage on it is not too bad at 30.9. Maybe worth a pickup if you're so inclined for this type of thing. This is probably one of the better pistols, so if you don't have one, having harmful on it is not bad. The Burst Fire MP5, I've been hearing a lot of people talk about these Burst Fire MP5s, and I think I may have to bite the bullet and try one myself. With the base damage being as high as it is at 24.8, this is a definite pickup if you roll electronics. The reason why I'm saying that is because the talents are ferocious, adept, and accurate. Accurate is going to keep those bullets where they need to be. Adept is going to give you more critical hit chance for 15 seconds after you use a skill, and ferocious is going to do damage to elites and named enemies. This could be a good PvE weapon if you like it, but it could also work out in PvP. Maybe if you got deadly on it for one of these, maybe get rid of ferocious, have deadly, and if you could get adept to proc, then you'd be good to go. Now the rest of the weapons I'm not a huge fan of. Some of the rolls are a little bit low. But you know, this custom M870 has a pretty nice roll on it, to be honest with you, with unforgiving, competent, and swift. If you can get competent to proc, this is really good. Actually, that's the only reason why I wouldn't highly recommend it, because competent usually is quite demanding for its electronics, similarly to the Burst Fire MP5. Now moving on to the custom M44, the headshot damage is pathetic, no point in even talking about that. The tactical power, the damage to targets out of cover is a bit low. The other talents on it are not that great either. The quick release magazine is a quick release. The suppressor, it could be better if the damage was a little bit better for it. Optimal range on this vertical grip is kind of and then optimal range for this sight is a definite no. So if you're gonna pick up anything, you may want to check out this pistol if you don't have one. I think I'm gonna buy one. And this Burst Fire MP5, and looking at the base damage, it's actually got higher base damage on paper than my lightweight M4. Now we know that, you know, it's not the same, it's apples and oranges, but for PC users, I've heard there's some tricks with the mouse that you can do, and I'm kind of interested in seeing how this would work out for the console. So I think I'm going to test this out and I'm going to buy one. All right, let's see what other things are going on this week. Hopefully we can find a better Burst Fire MP5. Let's keep our fingers crossed. All right, let's go. All right, now over at the Firewall, just wanted to shout this out in case someone was looking for some gunslinger gloves with some pretty nice armor on it, 1001, which is really good. It also comes with Savage. We've got some sick shotgun damage at 1278, 4% health on kill, 5.5% crit hit chance. The only issue I have with these is that they're electronics, and the electronics roll is a bit low at 1217. If that was a bit higher in electronics or a high roll in health or firearms, I would say this is a must buy, and then you could re-roll the shotgun to be whatever you want. But with it standing as is, if you're a shotgun user, this is great. You can re-roll electronics. But if you're not using shotgun, you may want to give it a pass, although the armor on this with Savage is really nice. Now there's an electronics mod here, but it's not that great, so I'd say pass. But if you're looking for some shotgun gloves, this is a good place to go. All right, let's see what else we got. Now just as a quick heads up, at the Crypt, because I talked about it at the base of operations, there is a tactical M1911 with higher base damage. The other one was 30.9 with my character. This is 31.5. The only difference is this one has brutal on it, which will give you more damage for your headshots. It's not harmful. Harmful on this type of weapon is good for utility. That's mostly what it's for. It's not really used for killing, but if you use it to kill, if you need it in a pinch, then This could be a better option with more damage and more headshot damage if you can land those shots. If you're looking for something that's not quite utility, but for a little bit more damage or to finish someone off, this may be a better option for you. Just a heads up for you who are looking for a new pistol. All right, let's see what other things we got in the dark zone. Now at East 58th Street, just as a little shout out, there is an operator's vest that I wanted to just throw out there. The armor roll on it at 1994 is, it's all right, it's respectable. It comes with robust increased armor when you're in cover by 10%. It comes with a nice bit of health at 16,619. It has all resistance, and unfortunately it has increased kill XP, and the roll on it is electronics at 1160. So you're gonna have to get rid of that electronics roll and put it into something. But in terms of its utility, this would be a pretty decent chest piece for staying alive, especially if you like to use cover and play the game as a tactical cover-based shooter. This could be really good for PvE. So if you need a robust chest piece, or you find yourself being extra squishy in PvE, then this might be able to help you out, especially if you don't have Barrett's chest piece. All right, let's see what other stuff is going on in the dark zone. Now over in West 53rd Street, as a shout out, we are going to look at this LVOAC with 23% enemy armor damage, which is the cap, 22.3 base damage, which is pretty good. We have Swift on it for faster reloads, commanding, which you may want to re-roll, and self-preserved. This could be a pretty good PvE weapon with crit hits, giving you some health off of self-preserve. This used to be one of my favorite talents. And then Swift giving you faster reloads. This is not too bad, especially for the extra enemy armor damage for PvE content. PvP, that's up to you. I think you can probably find something better, but that is what it is. Now there's some tactical gloves if you wanted to kind of synergize this a little bit. The armor roll on it is a bit low, but it does come with 1265 firearms. Cunning, after reloading the next shot with this weapon, has a 10% critical hit chance increase. So when you think about the talents on the LVOAC, with Swift giving you faster reloads, with self-preserve giving you health off of critical hits, plus getting more critical hit chance to maybe get you that critical hit, and you know, having a faster reload, you can reload more often. This may be pretty good. Also has enemy armor damage to shred through enemies, plus it has skill haste. You might want to re-roll shotgun damage off into to assault rifle, but you know, if you were thinking about picking some stuff up and you were in a pinch, then that might be something fun you could try out. The rest of this stuff is kind of garbage. So let's see what other things are going on. Now in West 46th Street, another weapon that's alright. We got a regular ACR with 22% enemy armor damage, a base of 23.1. We're getting up there, boys. We've got prepared on it for extra damage at anything far away. You get extra 15% damage, which isn't too bad if you're playing a bit of defense. Dominant, probably gotta go. And then vicious, critical hit chances increase by 10% if you have more than 2 segments of health. This is just a shout out for the people who are using critical hit on their assault rifles, and you know, it's got a little bit of a nice piece of base damage, so just thought I'd throw it out there if you're so inclined. All right, let's see what other things they got going on. Now up in DZ6, there's a few things that I thought may interest some people with particular situations. Now the Banshee Shadow Armor chest piece, the armor on the chest piece is not that great. The electronics roll on it ain't that great. The health roll on it is so-so. The enemy armor damage on it is alright, and it has a nice bit of ammo capacity. Now the reason I'm even talking about Banshee is because in the comments from my last Good or Garbage, people were talking about the good weapons are in the DZ and behind the DZ paywall of having DZ credits. Now if you run with Banshee, you get 20% more DZ credits. A 3-piece will give you 10% damage to targets out of cover, and a 4-piece when you're not rogue, this is just if you're farming and some rogues mess with you, will give you a 10% damage increase to those rogues. So with this, you can have 20% damage to rogues that are messing with you, plus 20% more DZ funds. If you're minding your own business, then you get 10% flat damage just for using this. Now coupled with some of the other high ends, you might be able to have a pretty nice roll just for farming. Now the defense backpack has a pretty nice firearms roll on it at 1262. It's got critical hit damage, and it has burn resistance. I know a lot of people are tired of flame turrets and rolly balls with the explosion fire. So there you go. You can have a little bit more defense, have a little bit of damage output, some critical hit damage, and you have some flame resistance. The Tactician's knee pads have a okay amount of health on them, bleed resistance, and damage to elites. The other stuff on it is kind of meh, especially when you talk about the electronics roll. The Deadeye holster is pretty much trash. The Tactician's Authority gloves have an okay amount of marksman damage on it, health on kill, some skill haste, and the armor roll on it for some gloves is okay at 982, but it has electronics, so if you need electronics it's great. If not, then you might want to keep it moving. All right, let's see if there's anything in the upper parts of the DZ. If not, we are out of here. Okay, last stop of the train in DZ9, we have a pretty high-end god tier Omega rifle suppressor. This has 18% headshot damage, 2.5 crit hit chance, and 4% crit damage with 44% reduced threat. This is not the ultimate end all be all, but it's pretty damn good. And if you picked up that M700 carbon last week, then this might be a nice little addition to throw on there if you don't have the ultimate god rolls from weeks ago. Now, another thing that is pretty decent that they have is this pro red dot sight with 19% critical hit damage, 2% accuracy, 3% critical hit chance. This isn't bad. I'm almost tempted to get this because of the 19% critical hit damage to put on that Burst Fire MP5 that I recommended earlier, but I actually like the headshot bonus that I get with the one that I have at 18% critical hit damage. So if you don't have anything better than that, or if you're looking for something like this, then this might be something you may want to pick up and go ahead and check it out. And that is pretty much it. Alright guys, that is it for this week's Good or Garbage. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you haven't noticed, I have footage of this Burst Fire MP5. Just wanted to show it off a little bit. I actually played this while running around the dark zone, going from vendor to vendor, and it actually held up. It was actually pretty cool to play something different. Not using just ARs, going back to SMGs, getting up close and personal, and it's actually really good for hip fire. You typically don't miss as much as with other hip fire SMGs, just because you're using that burst when you see your reticle in the vicinity of the enemy, and plus it has accurate, so it helps to land those shots even easier. If you have the extra credits and you just want to play around with something different, go ahead and check out that Burst Fire MP5. It's a lot of fun. I had some fun playing with it in the dark zone. I might take it into the PvE world and see how it stands up. But yeah, just trying something different until we get some new content for the division. So until next week, I am your boy Khan, TDK, Mr. So Real. I hope you guys have a great week. Enjoy whatever it is you guys are doing. It's good that spring is here, so let's have a good time and have a good rest of the year. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later. I'm gone. Peace.
Oh.